Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy you're here. Ever since I was a little rat, I knew I wanted to be on the computer. So we're back at my computer, and today we're going to be ranking extreme in air quotes, because the extreme is something different for everybody. Body mods, I would probably consider like two of these actually extreme, and the others are just body mods. This is my first video in the new year. I hope you had a good New Year's Eve. I hope you had a good holiday time. I hope you had a good start to the new year. If you enjoy these types of videos, please do let me know by leaving me a like, and maybe even consider subscribing if you would like to support me and never miss another video. And let's get into ranking, shall we? If you've never seen a ranking video before, let me just really quickly go over the ranking system. It is based on school grades. So F is for failing, E is like barely not failing, D is slightly worse than just okay, C is okay, B is good, A is pretty good, and S is like perfect, amazing, no notes, chef's kiss. And I'm going to be ranking these body mods based on how likely I am to get these. So S tier would be yes, absolutely. If I was rich and could get an appointment tomorrow, I would do it in a heartbeat. And F is absolutely not. Ever. You could not pay me $1 billion. Well, maybe you could pay me $1 billion. F is basically absolutely not. I would never. Maybe I would for $1 billion, but that's unlikely. Should I go over them? No, we're just going to do them one by one. Our first body modification is branding, which is a type of scarification, but instead of cutting away the skin like my scarification was done, you basically get the design burned into your skin. So it's just a different technique. The end result is a piece of scarification. There was a time when I was very opposed to this method because it seemed very scary. I've gotten a tiny bit braver, believe it or not. I'm still a huge baby, but I think it's gonna go and see. It wouldn't be my first choice for getting scarification. Obviously it has its like time and place, and I think like from what I've been able to find out, it's usually used for like more intricate designs like finer lines versus like big thick pieces of scar. I can't really speak today, which is not like my personal preferred look of scarification that I would go for, but I won't say no. I'm intrigued. I would do it. It's not at the very top of my list. It's just something that maybe I want to try someday. Up next is suspension. I had to find a picture that's like not super suspendy because I would probably get demonetized. Basically, suspension is where you get hooks put through your skin and you get hung up by these hooks, and then you get like dangled around, and it's kind of like flying. There's different like types of suspensions. Like you can get hung up by your knees, you could get suspended in like a Jesus T pose, you could get suspended kind of lying down. There's lots of different poses and lots of different ways you can get suspended. There's people who do more hooks, who do less hooks, so the weight is distributed differently. I'm no expert on it. I haven't honestly done a massive amount of research because it's just not something that I'm hugely interested in, because it kind of terrifies me to be completely honest. Funnily enough, I've had multiple people tell me that they would think suspension is like at the very top of my body mod wish list. It's not. I find it very interesting, but it is also absolutely terrifying to me. I can't say I would never do it, but I don't know. I want to say if I like had the opportunity without thinking too much about it, if I was going in for some other kind of mod and my mod artist was like, hey, I'm doing suspension in the next couple of days and one person dropped out, would you like the spot? I don't think I would say no, but I also don't see myself actively seeking it out and like booking an appointment as of right now, because it does terrify me completely. So I think she's going in D. I love the idea of suspension. It looks cool. I've heard from lots of people it's like the coolest thing they've ever done, and I believe them, and I would like to experience that level of coolness. But I'm terrified. I don't know, maybe one day in the future when I become more brave, but not right now. Up next, eyeball tattoos. Unfortunately, they're going in F. There's a ton I could say about them, actually, and I will. I will. They look really, really cool. 10 out of 10. I'm obsessed. I actually prefer the like lighter color eyeball tattoos, like the purples and whatever. Eyeball tattoos are so terrifying. Anything and everything involving my eyes scares me so bad. I also wouldn't get LASIK. Like, I would so much rather wear glasses every day until the day I die. The possible complications are terrifying. No. They look cool. Again, I admire anyone who has the balls to get them done, but I do not see it in my future ever, because I don't think there's going to be anyone who comes up with 100% totally safe way in my lifetime of like LASIK or tattooing your eyeballs. I would rather keep my vision than have completely black eyeballs, because I could just get sclera lenses. Those terrify me too, but I would never get eyeball tattoos. Yeah. Up next, I'm realizing now this is kind of a bad picture. But transdermal horns, from my understanding, they are similar, obviously not the same as dermal anchors, where it's just basically like an implant and you have a bit of the implant sticking out, and then you can attach different things to it. Usually it's horns. They could technically be placed anywhere on the body. Usually they're just on the forehead right here for horns, and they look very, very, very cool. They are a to heal though, from what I've heard. Do you know what? Yeah, I would get transdermal horns. They're cute. You can take them off, hide them with your hair. They're not like on my list of body mods I want. I could see them creeping their way onto the list because they are very, very cute. I think it's kind of the same as with suspension. Like, the longer I look at them, the more I'm like, actually. But with suspension, I'm just way more terrified. I would perhaps get horn implants because they are cute. Up next, play piercings. Obviously, those can look lots of different ways. I personally chose corset piercings for this video because they are the first kind of play piercing I ever saw, and in my opinion, still the coolest looking kind of play piercing. I have also seen people do like kind of angel wing situations where they will do like wing shaped play piercings and stick feathers in the needles. I've also seen them done just in like core patterns. Usually it's like spirals or like a whole row down the arm or something like that. But essentially what play piercings are is piercings that are done for like very short amounts of time, like an afternoon for like a photo shoot to show skill. Sometimes they're done for like pain play in kink circles. As cool as they look though, and as much as I love especially corset piercings, they have like a very early 2010s internet vibe to them. At least that's where I was in the early 2010s. On the internet was places where people would post pictures of corset piercings. I don't think they're not as hard of a no as eyeball tattoos, but to me, the pain of receiving so many piercings at once and not have anything left from the pain, like not even scars, nothing. It doesn't seem like the pain and the effort would be worth it to me. So she's gonna go in F. It's like on the same level of I wouldn't do it as suspension. One level below suspension though, because you get like the experience of like quote unquote flying kind of meditative state from suspension, which I've heard from a lot of people. I'm sure you get something out of play piercings, otherwise people wouldn't do them. They just don't seem worth it to me personally. Very, very cool though. Up next, the one mod on this list that I would 1000% consider actually extreme and not just by normie standards, which is nose removal. First of all, it's not like a widely performed mod like anything else on this list, like anything else I've talked about on this channel. There's very few people who actually have this done in the entire world. I don't know a lot about it. It's a very distinct look. I don't hate it. It's kind of on par with very, very large stretched nostril piercings for me personally, which is just not a look that I like and not a look that I would go for. And I don't see myself ever doing it. So it's going in F. The lovely person in this image is Aiden Mod, I believe. I'm really bad with names. She's gorgeous. I love her. I would not get my nose removed. Period. Up next is conch removal. Different than a conch punch or a coin slot. Like the same but different. I guess you could technically say it is a huge conch punch. I don't know. And I've talked about like both conch punches and coin slots on this channel before and how I would get both of those done or would like to get both of those done eventually. I'm just not sure about a conch removal. I'm not too scared of like the pain or the process or anything. I just don't like the way it looks. Allegedly, it doesn't affect your hearing. I could see it being really, really cute with like really fat rings in it, stacked similar to a coin slot, but I just don't, I don't see myself getting them, but it's not a hard no for conch removal. Yeah. And last but not least for this ranking are silicone implants. I love the like spines. I love the thumb spines. I love the collarbone spines. I also do really love the like just shapes people get usually on the backs of the hands or like along their arms and stuff. Basically, silicone implants can look any and every way that you want. I'm gonna rank it and then I'm gonna keep yapping about it because she's going in S tier. I think silicone implants are so cool and they've kind of crept onto my body mod wish list. I might have to film an updated one soon. And I think I would go for the thumb spine if I had to pick between thumbs and collarbone. And I also love like an implant like here on the chest. I vividly remember someone having like just a heart on their chest with like a little in the middle. I think that's so cool and the healing process seems fairly easy. Getting it done seems fairly quick and painless. I am interested. I think with these also there is the risk of like breast implant illness, essentially, even if they're not breast implants, just because it's silicone. It's a foreign thing in your body and it can like make you unwell if you have it for a really long time. Obviously those could give you that as well and you would have to get them removed just like breast implants, but I just think they're really cool and I'm interested, like loosely interested. I'm not booking flights, booking appointments or anything, but like maybe one day soon because I know someone who does them very close, very close in like a neighboring country. And it could be like a cheeky day trip with probably no one, but it would be fun. And that is my final ranking. There is no A spot this time, but 2 Fs. Let me know in the comments if there's anything you would have put somewhere different. Would you get your eyeballs tattooed? Would you get your nose removed knowing like the risks of it all? Or is there something like C or higher that you would absolutely never ever do let me know. But that is my final ranking. Thank you so much to my channel members for supporting me. If you would also like to become a rat baby, have your name displayed here and receive all of these beautiful, amazing perks for as low as $1.99 a month. I'm gonna link where you can join somewhere up here. I never know which side it's on. I'll never learn. Probably. If there's anything else you would like to see me rank, please do let me know in the comments, because these are so fun to film. These are very fun to film and also fun to edit. I hope you all appreciate the way I make these ranking on the computer, doing anything on my computer videos look, because it is like a little playful design stuff. It's not just straight up filming my screen. The magic all happens in post-production, believe it or not. Yeah. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today and listening to me yap and rank things and have a whole lot of fun. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!